Hey YouTubers, I guess that wasn't the last I've seen of this car. That lady says she wants me to just fix it and she's gonna get rid of it. She already told me that around 10 times, but when I fix it, it runs good. And you know, I've done it too. You know how it is. Alright, maybe this time it'll run good, and it doesn't. Now, these damn valve covers are leaking. If you can see in there, I'll try to put some light. Okay, I turn on the flash, maybe we can see. There's oil. It's puddles of oil in there. I mean, a bunch of oil in there. And it's seeping inside the it gets so full of oil that it seeps into the spark plugs and the coils, and it wets them. And I'll show you one. I'll pull them out here in a little bit. Okay, your vehicle might be a little bit different because this car is missing a lot of stuff, you know, a lot of brackets and stuff. So it's gonna make it a little bit easier on mine, but yours will probably be different. I'm gonna try to leave this on here, and as we go, if I see that I'm gonna need to remove it, I'll remove this plastic covering over here. But I'm thinking I might be able to lift the cover out through here. Okay, I guess I'm gonna start by removing this bracket with the wires that go to the injectors or to the coils. Yeah, coils and injectors. And like I told you, it's already missing a bolt back here. It's got one right there. Back here it's missing this one. And I see there's another one missing, so that's gonna make it easier for me. And then I'll remove the ground wire. We'll start with that. And for this bolt, for the bracket, we're gonna have to use what is it? An E10 inverted star. Home Depot has these in a set. Let's get this loose, and then let's do the. It's a 10 millimeter for the ground. For the injectors. Get on that one. The extension, so let me take the extension off. Get in there. Nope. Then I got this little ratchet for this one back here. And my bad, it's not a 10, it's an 8 millimeter. Okay, once they get loose, you can do them by hand. Don't lose them, they're small. Have a magnet handy because you probably are gonna drop one sooner or later. It's tiny little 8 millimeters. Oh, see, almost dropped that sucker, but it got caught in there, so that saved my booty. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and remove that top bracket. Gonna move that. Here you got a little clip, and you pull it up, and this should slide out. This one, this clip, push it up, and it slides right out. Then you got 13 millimeters. You got these 13 millimeter like plastic bolts. Don't take much, just turn them by hand, half turn, and just look for them. You've got one over here. And I think one's back here somewhere. No, maybe on this side now. Here's one. I know there's some more, but maybe when we lift the cover. You're gonna have this wire here on both sides. Just pop it out that way. I guess you could take it out with that whole thing, but I want to see what we got here. Plastic goes here. I guess it snaps in there. Yep, there's one more right in here. Oops. There's one more right here. If y'all can't pull it off, then look around. There's gonna be another one somewhere. Okay, now that comes out. And on this other side. Probably one under this filter. Yeah. One right here. Now we can take that out. This cover was up here somewhere, just snapped off, I guess, right here. I'll figure it out here in a little bit. See, now we got plenty of room back here. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. These little slots or holes are getting full of oil. I'm gonna try to suck up as much as I can with these shop towels. And let me show you how much oil. I mean, it's bad. Look how wet it's coming out. Nothing but oil down in those. Another soaking wet rag. Okay, I want you to look at this. Look how clean it is now. That was full of oil. This one still has oil. I cleaned some out, but look how much oil comes out of those. Eventually it floods up in there with oil. Okay, I'm trying to give you a close-up look at how you disconnect the injectors. Here you're gonna take a pick and pull that tab up, and it comes up. You see, you're gonna push on that tab. Be careful, don't do it too hard or you could break it. And that tab is hooked up on here on this little notch, and that's what you're trying to do, is just unhook it from there, push it out, and bam, and you do all that to the rest. Okay, now I'm popping out, disconnecting the injectors. I'm not gonna pull them out yet. I'm just getting the wiring out of them, the connections. Hoping that maybe I'll be able to get around somehow. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take this bracket that's on top of here, just because I don't want to mess around. That way I can have all that freedom. And when I put the gasket, it's not gonna bunch up. I've actually worked on it with these brackets on there, but this time I'm taking them off. Now we'll disconnect these. And they have a button, a clip. You push down on it, and it comes apart. There you go. And this goes on the rail. It's just a clip. This one's broken, the clip that you press on, so this should be easy to just pop out. And I'm just gonna get them out of the way. They're for the I think O2 sensors. Just move everything to the side. Be careful, don't break nothing. Now we're gonna undo the injectors lines, and we probably will spill some gas. And these are 14 millimeter. Wear safety goggles or cover this up because you might spill some fuel. There's a little fuel that came out of that one. Trying to catch it all with the rag. It's on there pretty tight. Okay. It dries real quick though. This engine's cold, and I did, oh yeah, by the way, I did disconnect the battery, and it's in the trunk. I can't show you because I already closed the trunk, and I would need to jump the car, and then that would send fuel to these injectors. And I'm gonna keep them in order. You want to keep these in order. Don't mix them up and put it over here. Set them in order wherever you're gonna stage them. Let's get the other one. Okay. Let's break this one loose. A little bit of gas came out, not too bad. Okay, I got the injector lines all off, and you're gonna make sure you put them in order from the front to the back. I'm just gonna cover them for right now. Don't want nothing to get in there. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm taking a glove and just snapping the fingers off of them, and I'm putting them over the injectors. I don't need any particles of something getting in there, messing up my injectors. I've got one more, but there's only 5 fingers in these gloves. They should make them with 6 fingers. Okay, just be careful when you work with plastic. These clips, BMW uses a lot of plastic. Just take a pick, stick it under here. It's already out, but I'm just showing you how I did it. I don't want to clip back in there. Gently on this side too, and pull back on this, and it'll pop. All you're doing is opening these up like that, and it'll pop out. Okay, and on this back one, like I said, this first time I'm doing it, so I'm trying to show you how to do it too. Just stick this down here and open this and pull it out. All you're doing is opening this up a little bit and pull it out. Be gentle. Plastic breaks real quick on these Beamers. That's all you were doing, is opening this up, down like that, and you're gonna clip from there. Okay, now I'm going to start moving all this stuff back, and right here, these wires are hooked up on this bracket. I'm just gonna pop them out, all of these, and push these back for now. And you know, you just gotta figure out which is gonna be easiest for you to do. And might have to undo these clips here so I can bring this up here. If you look close, you got 2 clips. That one right there, and one over here behind this wire. All you're gonna do is push that clip, and they should come out. Let's see how easy that comes out. That's the clip I'm talking about. Just push it in. Try to get out of your way, and pull on this up on the connection. It should come out. There we go. It did come out. All I did was push on this clip right there. Push down on it. Pop it out. You got one on this side, same thing. Give you a little more room, a little more stretch to flip this over. And I think that's enough right there. You can use bungee cord to hold this. But let me see what else I can unhook back here. That's the old 2 cents, and it should be back there. Get out of the way. Let me give me some bungee cord. Let me disconnect this connection to the fuel rail. Just press on this and it comes out. That'll let me swing this wire more. Okay, looks like that's about it. If I can, I would like to disconnect these hoses. I know this one broke a while back. You can tell where it was fixed. Let me see if I can, if it'll twist off. I don't want to break these. They're so okay, this one came out good. And at least I can just have some more movement. This one's tight. I don't want to end up breaking it. Let me see if it'll come out from where it used to be. It was repaired. Yeah. We got lucky, guys. So now I've got that. And this, I'm just going to let it flip around there. Maybe try to bring it down and flip it up this way. I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, I think we're ready to start removing these bolts. Let's start on. And they are E10s. Inverted star. And a quick note, last time I did a valve cover. These don't come out. I think they do come out if you force them out, but they stay like that. But if you can, take them all the way out, because sometimes they fall back in the thread and you're gonna have to be fighting it to pull that cover out. At least that's what happened to me last time. So let me finish taking these out. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to take out the not injectors, the coils. I was hoping I could get away with leaving them on, but I think I'm gonna have to remove these bad boys. And I'm gonna set them in order. It really wouldn't matter, they'll still run, but see how these get full of oil? Then it starts seeping in there and gets the plug wet, and that's why it misfires. There's another wet one. This whole thing came out. Boy. Ooh, look at this one. How wet this baby is. It's dripping. Just gonna put this one somewhere else so I don't make a mess. So see, guys, make sure your valve covers are good. Look at all that oil on them. Let me clean these up real quick. Oops. Okay, YouTubers, I tried to pull it on, it wouldn't come out, so I went ahead and loosen the rail. You don't have to take it all the way out, but if you're afraid you're gonna break it right there, look right there where it bends, then disconnect it from here. But I got enough clearance now to move this, and I had to pull this box off. So what you do is you just unhook it from here, take a screwdriver, so I'm gonna open this up and it'll unhook from here. And then this line, all you do is supposed to have two clips on the side. This only has one. Pinch it and pop it open. If you can't, stick something on the sides and open those ears and pop it open. Move that out of the way. Then take a screwdriver and release this clamp right here. You got a clamp right here. I don't know if you can see it. And then you got one up here too. That one. Release those. Then unhook these wires from these little brackets here. There should be 3. Once you do that, just pull on it hard. I mean, pull on it hard and it'll pop out. But you have to loosen these hoses, or these hoses are gonna keep you from pulling it off. Okay, and then you get your box off. Sorry, just went through that real quick because I think I was gonna have to push. And I was missing one screw here. I don't like to put nobody on blast, but this company that worked on this car, they charge a lot of money, and then they're gonna do this BS, leave us. That's a bunch of BS. Eurotech. Anyway, I also noticed something else they did over here somewhere. I can't figure it out. I can't remember right now, but if I do, I'll put them on blast. Now, after doing that, it still was stuck. Something was holding it, and I overlooked these bolts right here. See if I can get one out for you. Yeah, that's the way they look. I don't think that falls off. If it does, I'll chase it around like I do everything else. And for that, you're gonna need this. I bought these years ago when they first came out. I guess they're called through sockets. You go right through, and you'll need an extension. If you don't have that, I don't know what you're gonna be able to use, guys, because that is a long bolt, and this is how it works. Let me see if I don't drop that little. I don't think that little weight comes off. That's what you do. It goes right through it. And a regular 10mm socket will not work. I tried it. Just to prove to y'all, here's the socket. That's as far as it goes down, and then it gets caught the head on this collar. So you're gonna get one of these 3 sockets. This sucker goes all the way down here and catches 10mm. Then you're gonna need the extension. Like I said, this is a Gear Wrench product. I bought it years ago when they first came out, and I thought I was the man. And here's the box. How they look. Now Harbor Freight, Walmart. I've seen them at Walmart too. But that was my kit. Thank God. I hardly ever used that kit, but it came handy this time. There's a couple more clips that I'm gonna try to unhook, make it easier on me. Like this sensor and this one down here. Maybe that, yeah, that'll probably help. There goes one of those bolts from right there. That'll help. Alright, I think we're ready to start pulling this out. Alright, let's fight this baby. Come on, don't give me a hard time. Okay. We could have moved this out. Yeah, let me unhook that water line. Okay, I unhooked this hose right here for the coolant. That's just gonna give me a little bit more room here. And voila. Here it is. And we'll count the bolts, that way y'all don't have to be guessing. The gasket didn't want to come out. The gasket loved it there. It wanted to stay there, so. But the gasket looks like. And let's count out the holes, so y'all do it. Y'all don't have to be thinking, well, did I get this one out? Did I get this one out? Okay, let's go over the bolts. We'll start with this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Alright, you're gonna have 20 bolts on the outside. On the back, you can't see, so there, you got 4. And alright guys, in the inside you have 11 bolts. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And these 3 are the ones that are a pain in the rear. Those real long ones that you probably have to use a see-through socket. So now you know how many bolts are in there. Okay, what I'm doing right now, I'm just taking a screwdriver, and all these spark plug slots are full of oil. And I'm trying to get as much oil by just sticking a screwdriver with the towel in there and soaking up the oil before I pull the plugs out. Then I'm gonna hit it with compressed air, try to dry everything out. If you can see them there. Got most of the oil out. You can see some oil on some of them still. Sorry, the compressor is on, but let me see if I can see that oil fly out. Safety goggles. I'm gonna do that to all of them, then I'll pull the plugs out. Now they look pretty clean and dry in there, but I'm gonna pull them out and dry them by hand and then install them. Okay, for your spark plugs, you'll need a special socket. Looks like a 12 point, but it's real thin. A regular socket would not fit in there, it'll hit against the wall. I got this as AutoZone. gonna dry them out real good. A rag, paper towel, and reinstall them. She don't want no new ones, like I said. She keeps saying just do that and I'll sell it, and I don't know when she's gonna sell it, but as long as I guess I keep her coming. Alright YouTubers, we're done here. Like I told you, this car is nothing but trouble. One thing after another. Check it out. I started cleaning it because it's got all this dry stuff. I mean, like real dry here. So I spent about 30 minutes going through here. Then I noticed a damn crack right there. And then there's another one back here. And honestly guys, I didn't pull on it. I never force anything out. So I know that's why it was, I mean, it was leaking real bad, guys. You know, for a spark plug to get fouled up, full of crap like that, it's, y'all seen how those spark plug ports look. So that's the thing. It was just leaking like crazy through here. Right there, and I haven't really inspected it. I'm sure there's probably another crack somewhere. And I've never seen hit a valve cover gasket leak that bad like this one. I mean, it was going through oil like crazy. Well, now we know why. Anyway, we're gonna order one online. I found one for about $160–$70. So got no choice. We'll see how that goes. Put it on and see if she'll get rid of it. Alright YouTubers, it's been 3 days and the part came in. I already looked it over. It matches. Okay, I got it right here. Got it upside down. I went through there and I pushed the gasket down firmly. I don't know if you can see that. So when you get these, make sure you go through all the way around and make sure that gasket is seated in there, because it tends to want to pop out. Just push hard on it all the way around, get it flushed in there. We'll set this aside. Oh, I hope I didn't drop something. I heard something fall. Okay YouTubers, that scared the heck out of me. I thought I dropped a bolt down in here somewhere. So I went with my magnet everywhere. I didn't pick nothing up. And don't do that. Don't put anything on top like I did, trying to show you about the gasket. Because I heard something fall. And it was this line. It went like this. And it got caught over here. And it made it sound like a bolt had fell down there. Scared the crap out of me. I go like, great. You drop something in there, you're done, man. That chain will pick it up and probably lock your engine up. Okay, I've got these little glove fingers covering the injectors. I don't want no dust in there, especially because it's sat for 3 days. Now I'm gonna drop the new valve cover in there. And like I mentioned earlier, or when I started the project or the repair, take these out because you're gonna have hell. They want to get caught right here. If you leave them on the valve cover, they tend to get caught here on these edges. So take them out, put the valve cover in, then you can slide these back in like that. These little covers, I guess, sleeves. Okay, you want to make sure you got everything ready. This is pushed in hard. I went all the way around several times because you're only gonna get one shot and then you might disturb the gasket and start all over. So I want to make sure I got plenty of room. Got all this stuff out of the way. Flip this over. And here goes, guys. Whoa, whoa. Not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet. Not in, I'm hitting on the injectors. Or that rail, fuel rail. Okay. That feels good. Now I've got a mirror. Get this line out of there. I cut this line a little bit there. Okay, that feels good. Let me get my mirror and look all the way around. These little shocks that hold the hood open, they're not that strong. It already fell on me once, so you sell these at the parts store. They're kind of high. I don't know, maybe $15. And they're real good. They'll hold the hood open. So they don't fall on you. I got this mirror from Mac 2 or Snap-on, and it's magnifying, so it shows everything real close, and that's what I'm gonna use as I go along the back and see if the gasket wasn't disturbed. That's what I'm gonna do. And back here I'll be looking with the flashlight, and I'll be making sure that gasket's not disturbed. And another thing, guys, these bolts that hold the valve covers, they tend to fall back in there when you're trying to take the valve cover. Even though they're loose, they catch on the threads and you gotta fight it. So if that happens, do what I did. I keep pressure up on it, and then I go around and hit them, you know, taking them off, and you'll find the one that's holding it, and the valve cover automatically pop up. Okay, now I don't like to tell you the specs because a lot of people will argue. If you say 6.25, somebody will come out and say, no, I heard it's 7.20. So you look them up, but they're in between 6.25 inch-pounds to 7. But you know, you look them up and you use whatever you're comfortable with. And when I tighten them, I'm gonna just go crisscross. I'm gonna start here in the front, then go to the back, then in the middle, side, side, side. Just so it'll be flushed evenly, and then I'll torque them down to specs. You know, like I said, and not trying to be a badass. I know how to go by feel. I know how far to go on them, but you know, I do have a torque wrench. I'll double check them, but I'm gonna do that now. Okay, YouTubers, I just finished torquing them, and make sure you pay attention to these bolts because there's a bunch of them. I noticed I missed a few when I was just hand tightening them, but I made sure I paid attention when I torqued them. And they're all torqued. I don't know if you can hear it click. But once I do that, what I do, I just take this little one and I just go all around. This time I just go in order because they're already torqued, just to make sure I didn't miss any. See if they're tight. And I just do it with one hand, and they feel torqued. That way, if you miss one, it's gonna move and you're gonna go, oh, shoot, I missed that one. And I just do all that. I go all around and in the middle, and they're all torqued. So we're done with the torquing. Oh yes, and don't forget about these middle ones. I mean, I don't know how you're gonna torque them. So, you know, like I said, I do this. I can feel when I'm on there and I'm on there. I'm not forcing it. If you want to, you can feel one of these that you torqued. Get the feel for it. Well, this ain't the right one. Get the feel for it, then come over here and see if you can feel the same, you know, resistance on it. That's it. Let's put those sleeves in there. All right, the compressor's running, so you can't hear me, but I'm gonna hit these with compressed air, the coils. Just notice they had a little bit of, they were wet with oil, so I'm gonna dry them out with. Okay, now I'm inserting these coil sleeves. You do is just slide them in there, and they'll hit and stop. And I just look at and see how they come out, which way that little cut is. I don't think it matters, but you know, I'm doing it the way they came out. Okay, and then now I think we can start with the coils. Now I'm gonna put these little bolts for the fuel rail, and you might have to move it around like this, up and down. Notice it was hard, and there was one missing, so I'm just gonna put it very way back here at the end. And be careful, because if you drop them, they go down there. You probably won't be able to get them unless you have a magnet. There we go. Like I said, just move the rail up and down so you can get a good bite on those threads. Let me tighten those up. Now I'm gonna tighten them up, and they're 11 millimeters, I think. Yes. I'm gonna go ahead and plug this up in here. Hopefully I won't mess up and have something go under. I'll just throw everything over it, you know, whether It's supposed to go on top. You know, I'm talking about these and these. I'll just go over because I ain't gonna loosen this up no more. This one's scary. Okay. You gonna go in? You're gonna give me a hard time, huh? There we go. That one. Okay. Oops, I was a little off. We got this hose on already. This will go over it. It's supposed to have a bracket, like I said. Y'all just gonna look different. And by the way, to get in all these bolts, it wasn't too bad. I was able to get it with a ratchet. You know, I don't know why I used that other thing when I took it off. I guess I was just freaking out. But start putting everything else. Okay, real quick. When you put this line, make sure you push it in hard till it snaps. You'll hear it. Same here. Just push it. You might have to hold this from the back. Don't just push it. You might break something. Support it from the back and shove this in there and you'll hear it snap too. If it doesn't snap and it keeps coming out, it ain't in there. Make sure you push it and it'll also click. Mine did anyways. We're done with that hose. Okay, I'm putting the coils and I set them on the table in order. I just like to put what came out of that cylinder back in there. They're just shaped and formed to that cylinder, so spark plug and stuff. So just something I do. You don't have to, but it's what I do. And if I jump the gun and I should have waited before I put the rails and stuff, it's no biggie. I'll put them back out. Okay, I'm gonna set these right here where the injectors plug in. And they have two little clips that'll hook up on these injector fittings, and then a clamp that hooks up to this rail, but these are broken, so it's just gonna hold by the injectors. And I should have covered those too. Dang it. Hopefully nothing happens anyway. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and flip all this harness, whatever you want to call it, back in place. Okay, I remember I said earlier that these guys left bolts out. There's another bolt missing. That's where I had seen that this bolt that holds this bracket with all this wiring is missing a bolt. So I'll see if I can find one. Anyway, don't worry about when y'all move this around, guys. It automatically falls in place. You're gonna know which connection goes to what injector. These lines right away, you know which connection goes to what. It kind of falls in place. Let me hook up the fuel line connection here. It also just falls there in place. That's it. I'll hook these up here in a little bit. Let me get this line out of the way before I forget about it. Plug it in. Okay. Make sure. And they do have little grooves and little notches here. I believe so. Yeah, right here. This is a groove in here and a notch right there. So I'm gonna try to line it up. I know you can't see. Let me get the camera close. Hopefully you'll be able to see. See that little notch right there? Line it up with this little stud, whatever you want to call it, and bam! Hey, let me show you what I was talking about on the connections. You know, they practically fall in place like here. No brainer. Swing these two. Okay, where do you think this connection goes? There's one right there and then one right there. Look at where it falls. Now you're gonna do this number. Look, you can't even reach it. If you can, it's gonna be stretching the wire, so they're not gonna do that. So this one goes on the bottom right here. Bam. And this one goes right here. There. Same with the let me go around the O2 sensor connection. You know, you think it's gonna go here and then, well, yeah, that's the way it goes. Or do you think this is gonna go here and you're gonna have all this left? This one goes right here, guys. And you can also mark them if you think you're gonna mess up. I'll go to the bottom. Put some paint on it or something. See, that makes more sense, you know. You don't have all this excess wire. Anyway, just thought I'd throw that. Make you feel a little more comfortable when you do this. Okay, YouTubers, don't forget about these two little boogers here. I already snapped one in, and the other one. And again, they fall in place. One's facing a certain direction, and you hear that? Make sure you hear clicks when you do this. Tug on it, make sure they're in. I think I'm gonna go with the rails. I don't want these exposed any longer than I have to have them. The little lines for the injectors. Okay, here are the injector lines, and I marked them. Make sure you put them the way they came out. I think they're formed and you can't mix them. The way I marked them was got that little blue line there. That goes in the front. Then the next one would have two lines. This is 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the last one. Here's number 2. As you see, got two little lines. Just mark them like that, you know, and so on. Okay, now I'm gonna start connecting the injectors. Okay, or the injectors power lines here. This little line. All you do is you're gonna snap it in there. Boom, locked in there. Then the next one is sitting right there waiting for you. Boom. And so on. And then I'll do the coils. Just plug them in like this. Push it in there. Snap. Crackle pop. This one. Snap. Crackle pop. Then we're going to hook up the ground. Then I'm going to use the nuts from the old one. Be careful. Don't drop these little bitty nuts. That would suck if it wasn't the right size or the right thread. And you go on down the line. And like I said, you guys might have some trouble back there because you've got brackets, which this one's missing, which is cool for me. Okay, guys, see, take your time. See, I just goofed up. I didn't see this one here, so I hooked that one up there. And then I seen this one go, I can't reach that one over there. See how it all falls in place? So this one goes back here. So I had to unhook it. I did it off camera. Oh, that one's kind of hard to get. Oh, this one. So you really can't mess up. I mean, I'm not saying it's always like that. Some are confusing. But this one, it's smooth. Okay, let's do these injector lines. That's number 1. It's marked there with just one line. Make sure they're clean. And they'll fall right in. That's why you got to use the same one. They're formed to go around on the valve cover. And start both of them hand tight. Make sure you're on there good. Then it takes a 14 millimeter, and you don't have to go crazy on it. If it leaks, tighten it some more. It's kind of like aluminum, so you don't want to strip them. Yeah, that feels good. And so far, you get the next one. It's got the 2 lines. Pull your little rubber off. And it works better if you put it the right way, dummy. There you go. And so on. Okay, I used a T35 to put this rail back on. If y'all remember, I took it off. And let's put this on. You've got these little things protruding. They go in here into the little vents. And I may have to have done that side first. I don't know yet. I can figure it out. That is a good time to clean your cabin filter. I know this one's filthy. Okay. And you've got 13 millimeter plastic bolts here. You just want to turn halfway, so let me do that real quick. Okay, you just want to look for them. Got one right here. Turn it, and one here. So that's two. That tightened that up. Let's go find that one up here. You don't want to turn it till it catches. And one up here. There. And right here. There. Let me make sure I didn't miss one over here. Yep, I missed one. Oh, I didn't. Alright. Can't see where this was at. Right there. He's got two broken. And you just slam him in there. Wire clip. Oops, I've got one right here. Needs to be turned. No wonder it won't seep down. Wow. There. Don't forget, there's one in here, guys. This hooks up in here. This goes down in here. Run it through here. Okay, I'm putting this cover on. I'm gonna make sure these two go into those hoses first. Get this line up through the top. Got the bottom one. Tighten it up before I lose it. Make sure you push this in good. Tighten this up and bring it up so we can have better access to it next time. Always try to put these where you can reach them next time you do the job. Make it a lot easier on yourself and on me, whoever does the job. Anyway, we'll push this one in and then we snap that in. Okay, the battery was disconnected, so I had to give it a jump with this other battery from this other car that I'm working on. And I was able to pop the trunk open. Let's hook up the battery and fire it up. Okay, ta-da! We're getting ready to fire it up. This is where I hold my breath. I've been having so much bad luck with that one. See what happens with this one. Alright YouTubers, the car's running good now. Customer came and picked up the car, so I'm filming it here at the property, and it's running good. So thanks for watching guys, I really appreciate you, and good luck.